Welcome to SunnySpeaks. Here again with another review for you, and you. And today, I'm here to talk about Sing Sing, directed by Greg Quaybar, and starring Colman Domingo, Clarence Maclin, Paul Raci, and many more. After being convicted for a crime he didn't commit, Divine G, played by Colman Domingo, finds his humanity and freedom with his peers through the theater program at Sing Sing Correctional Facility. Based on the true story of John Whitfield and most other recurring characters are real inmates a part of the rehabilitation through the arts program, like Clarence Maclin. Colman Domingo as Divine G is an incredible performance. The warmth he brings to the screen is so beautiful, and yet because of the environment that he exists in, the moments of shielding and harder disposition feels genuine and tragic. He doesn't overplay anything, and that's why the moments of unfiltered emotion feels like the dam has broken, either with a rageful outburst or with tears flowing from the unimaginable pain of prison life. One of the few performances I've seen in a while that actually got me close to shedding a tear. Colman Domingo is an actor that I have seen in many different things now, and his voice is amazing. I think he should do more voice work if he isn't doing that. But this role, I feel like he just is it's a beautiful character. And I think that he is such a light to the people around him, but for himself, he questions his character, while also still fighting for his freedom, knowing that he didn't commit this crime, but because he's lived in this reality for so long, he questions if he deserves anything better. Even though I'm not in prison, I know there are a lot of people, including myself, who can relate to that sort of story and that sort of feeling of being worthless, even though you want to just give back to the people around you. And I think Colman Domingo did an incredible job playing a character like this. Clarence Maclin in this movie is so good as Divine I. Playing himself, I love the dynamic Maclin and Domingo have on screen. They butt heads, both being leaders in their own way. Divine G leading with his heart and emotional intellect, and Divine I, played by Maclin, leading with muscle and a tough exterior, but possessing charm despite his reality. The moments of bonding between them two were beautiful and gave me a Shawshank Redemption vibe from it, honestly. Seeing Divine I go from hopeless to hopeful through the RTA program was amazing, and his monologue as Hamlet was empowering in the context of their situation. Again, like how I said, a lot of these people in the movie that you see are real prisoners. Clarence Maclin is one of them, and he is such an incredible, I want to say side character, but truly I feel like it's like Colman Domingo is the leading character, but Clarence Maclin is the character you need to show how beautiful Divine G is. Divine G and Divine I, they go together so well. They meld so well. And Clarence Maclin does a great job of being so harsh and being so in your face, but you can tell that there's something deeper there. The times when he's kind of staring at Divine G and wondering, like, why is he giving back to all these people? And it doesn't feel like he's jealous, but more like curious of why he would do that in the context of where they are, and seeing him again grow into such a hopeful and positive person to a point where he's the one being pushed by Divine G and then he pushes him forward. I found that beautiful. The brotherhood that they gained together through the arts and through acting it was just a beautiful thing to see. Two black men in prison coming together as brothers to get through this together was amazing. I really like Paul Raci too, who plays Brent Buell, the theater director of RTA. He motivates and pushes these people forward despite the awkwardness of scripted make-believe in prison. His energy in this movie is very similar to his role in Sound of Metal, another emotional movie in different ways, but the main message being making the most of your situation. And I appreciate movies putting that out into the world. I think mentors are very important. And I think Brent Buell is a character, and probably based on a real person, that is very important. Like, you need somebody who can push you through the awkwardness, push you through the weirdness of life, and especially in this sort of situation. I think he plays it really well because he is very subtle and he's not loud with what he does, but he also will tell you the truth and be honest about what you're doing as an actor and what you're not committing to. Because acting is all about commitment, something that I actually tried to audition for a community theater show, and it's all about commitment. It's all about giving it your all. And I say that as somebody who didn't do the best in my audition, but I saw people doing that in the hallway, the way that people were just trying it and giving it their all. And I think that he is a great representation of somebody who can push somebody in the right direction and give them direction. The cinematography in this movie, led by Patrick Scola, is nice. At times it feels like a handheld film camera switching from character to character during conversation, and at other times a stationary shot showing the bleakness or beauty presented in the scene. It was always a nice visual experience, and the music in the movie by Bryce Dessner works in every scene it accompanies. It balances the change in atmosphere well from the fun of acting and the danger always present physically and mentally. Despite every praise that I can give this movie, like all the other actors, like Sean San Jose, who plays Mike, John Adrian Velasquez, and Sean Dino Johnson, who both play fictionalized versions of themselves. It is such an incredible thing that, like I said with Clarence Maclin, but again, there are many people who are real people who went through the RTA program at Sing Sing, who really went through some hell, really went through some bullshit. And yet, I was able to watch them on the big screen. I was able to see them do what they love to do and see them regaining their freedom again. I could see that in these moments. There's a moment where Sean Dino Johnson is talking to Clarence Maclin, and he's saying that this is all we have. We are here in this prison. We are stuck here. But in this moment, in this theater room, we have to let it go. We have to find a way to reach for something greater, for something out there that is vast and that is imaginative and that is lovely and fun. We have to do that for ourselves, because who else will do that for us? We have to do it together. We can't break the immersion. And I thought that was a really beautiful thing, like seeing the tears he was holding back, because it mattered to him. It mattered to him to have this moment when he has to go back to a cell or has to act like things that are crazy around him aren't as crazy as they are. I loved that reality, and the fact that I do this. All those comic books over there, I constantly am escaping reality in order to find something better, either perspective-wise or just getting out of here, getting out of this small room, or getting out of this big head that is constantly racing through thoughts. I completely connected to the idea of searching for fantasy in order to create a better reality. And I love that this movie is not only a movie that I was able to experience, but this is a real thing that people are able to experience when being incarcerated. It's one of the truest forms of rehabilitation I've ever seen. The best thing about this movie is that it was made, and that people on the outside like myself are able to watch it. And as of writing this script, it is being played in 1,000 correctional facilities. And that is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. One of my favorite parts of this movie is that for most characters you follow and connect with, you don't know why they're in prison. And I believe that's the point. Everyone's moral compass is different. Nobody gets to decide if you can change other than yourself. It's a beautiful thing to watch people come together in a place full of divide and create and tap into the artistic side of themselves, rooting each other on, pushing each other forward for the common goal of freedom in mind and spirit. If you haven't guessed it, this movie is getting my highest rating, a Sunny certified Sunny rating. I absolutely love this movie, and if you have not seen it, please rent it, go to a theater, whatever you have to do, please watch this movie. I genuinely believe it is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. It is incredible. It is worth your time and your reflection, and I am incredibly thankful that art like this exists. I have a saying that I've said to my friends, and I do honestly believe: art imitates life, imitating art. And this movie is literally that. Art imitating life, imitating art. And it's just, I'm incredibly thankful to be at a time in life where I can see people coming together in such a place that is taboo or is something that people on the outside like myself don't even want to think about, don't even want to get close to, and see something so beautiful inside of that. So this has been my review of Sing Sing. If you have seen the movie, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, because I would love to hear your perspective, because perspective is key. And if you haven't seen Sing Sing, I hope that this review makes you want to go see it, because it is such a incredible movie throughout. I can't recommend it anymore. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll be back again. And peace.